Hey everyone, welcome to the final sneaker review of 2023, which of course is my top sneakers of the year. It was really hard to make a top 10 because there were so many great releases, so I just decided to curate and combine all of my favorite releases of the year with only one sneaker standing at the top. So before we get started, please leave a like on this video if you like this type of content. That's what like button's for, and I hope you consider subscribing to the channel. It really does help a lot. Please and thank you. So again, just to reiterate, this is just my personal picks. It's not based on public opinion or like the voices of the masses, if you will. And as always, if you guys have a favorite sneaker that didn't make the list, sneaker that you agree with, disagree with, leave a comment down below. This list is in no particular order. Just because I mentioned it first or later doesn't mean I like one over the other. Starting off with New Balance, of course, a lot of great collaborations, but the ones that stood out to me the most were the Action Bronson 990 V6 collaborations, more specifically the Lapis Lazuli. Did I say that right? Yes. I mean, the New Balance hype seems to be stronger than ever. It doesn't seem like it's dying down anytime soon. And these colorways coming out from Action Bronson seem to be at the forefront of it all, probably next to the Joe Fresh Goods and the ALDs. I like the Lapis Lazulis over the Baklava colorways just because I feel like it's the perfect balance between toned down yet still very noticeable. And better yet, as of recording this video, they're announcing another colorway coming out, so I'm super excited to see that. If I hadn't already copped the 990 V6 in the original grays, I think I would have definitely jumped on one of the Action Bronsons for sure. Next up is a sneaker that I feel like will be on a lot of people's list, is the Air Jordan 3 White Cement Reimagined. Following the hype of the Lost and Founds last year, this one was definitely a no-brainer. Definitely top Jordans and sneakers of all time. This specifically makes the White Cements an absolute staple in any sneaker collection. Next, I think we have the latest release of 2023, yet it was still worthy enough to be included in my top sneaker releases. The highly anticipated Fear of God Athletics collaboration with Adidas. Of course, ever since the legend Jerry Lorenzo announced his departure with Nike and joining Adidas, he finally released a handful of colorways and silhouettes in early December, even having a surprise drop of the all-white colorway for the basketball sneaker on December 25th. I love every silhouette that was released. It's simple, it's elegant. Even if some of the sneakers were meant to be basketball sneakers, they still look very stylish and fashionable. My personal favorite is the basketball silhouette with the tan toe box. I believe all of those colorways are Fear of God exclusive colorways, but if you want to wait and think about it, definitely wait for my sneaker review coming early January 2024. It's currently the next day of recording the video, and I just received this email, and I checked the website. Everything's sold out except for one sneaker. Crap. All right, next up is probably my favorite Nike SB collaboration of 2023, which is the Supreme Nike SB Low Ram LZ. Not only because of the fact that it's a collab with streetwear royalty Supreme, but more so from the aesthetic standpoint. Paying homage to the late New York graffiti artist and sculptor, it perfectly encapsulates the wild, loud, yet beautiful heart of New York style and culture. I've kind of stepped away from looking at Nike SBs just because of the comfort factor. They just don't feel right for my feet. But when I saw these sneakers, both the highs and the lows, I knew I just had to make an exception. Next up is the Mischief Big Red Boot. Definitely the most polarizing sneaker or boot footwear on this list, probably of 2023 actually. Mischief took the world by storm with its unpredictability and just outrageous releases, especially this one, which is just basically the real life boot from the Astro Boy anime. Some people loved it, some people despised it, but overall everyone was talking about it. It didn't even stop there. They came out with a black colorway and even a Crocs collaboration. Again, I'm somewhere in between loving and hating it, but I still gotta respect it enough to include it in the top sneaker releases of 2023. Next up, of course, is the Air Max 1 Big Bubble. This is the sneaker that I'm most bummed about that I wasn't able to get. Of course, if you follow the channel, you know me, I'm a big Air Max fan. The Air Max 90s were my first ever sneaker in my collection. I have the re-release pair of the Air Max 90s, and I have an OG pair of the Air Max 1s from 2012. So it would have just made sense to have this pair to round off my collection. I mean, what's not to love from the OG of Nike Air? Especially because they retroed it all the way back to the original Big Bubble when it first released. Hence, of course, the name. But I mean, better late than never, so I'll definitely be looking to cop this in 2024. Now, my next pick is a curveball, because it's not really a sneaker in itself. It's more of the brand, and that brand is Salomon. They really had a boost in popularity ever since the trailcore trend started booming this year. And I've always been attracted to the XT6 and the ACS Pro line, but unfortunately, I just could never find them in my size. But again, the gain in popularity was too big to ignore, so I'm super excited to hopefully find a pair in my size in either of the silhouettes to see what the hype is about. Another generalized sneaker silhouette that I really like this year that came back and I feel like is very underrated still is the Air Max Plus TN line. Ever since my brother brought home the 97 Max Pluses in the Miami colorway back in 2022, I fell in love with the TN line, which is perfect because this year they seem to have a resurgence of so many good colorways, probably because this year was their 25th anniversary, which by the way, their 25th anniversary colorway that came out, very nice. There's also the unofficial Miles Morales Spider-Man colorway that came out that I copped. Even the other iterations of the Air Max Plus TN line, like the lace utility versions that I first saw on Drake for his stage only pair, and when they started having general releases this year that are similar to that said pair, I was definitely very curious. So just for that, I think it definitely deserved a shout out on my list. Next we have the Nike Clot. So I had to add the sneaker to my list just because it was right up my alley. The fact that it could be 3 different sneakers in one, that was just mind-blowing to me. Clot has always been a brand of heritage and storytelling, and when partnered up with such a classic silhouette such as the Nike Cortez, there was no doubt in my mind that it was going to be fire, and all the colorways that came out were dope too, so very good job on this collaboration. So before we jump into my favorite sneaker of 2023, I had to give some honorable mentions. These are sneakers that I also really like this year. We have the Vans New Schools. I mean, it's such a simple change in my opinion, but I think it's one that could have been hit or miss, but in this case I really enjoyed it. They definitely pulled it off. Next is the Union AJK01s. I like the Velcro swoosh, and you can even find some less than retail. It's just that, like Nike SBs and Air Jordan 1s, they kind of just don't fit for my feet. So unless I can find a size 13, I still think it's a very cool colorway, a very simple colorway. Next is a sneaker that I really want to try, and I feel like it's gonna be on par with my top sneaker of 2023, which is the Nike V2K Lifestyle. So far, I've only seen them in women's sizes. I'm waiting for a little bit better colorways. The colorways that came out aren't so bad, but I'm looking for something a little bit different from what I have in my collection already. Ever since I held them in hand, I believe in Korea, and it was the first time that I saw them, it was everything that I wanted in a sneaker. The aesthetic was really cool. It was dark-like, it was sleek, and I felt the outsole, and it was so soft. Again, if I were ever to see a colorway or just a sneaker in my size, I definitely would like to cop. Next is the Nike Peace Minus One Wando Pandas. I would have copped the sneaker if it was in all black. Again, the Panda colorway has been taking the world by storm. I would have wanted to cop a black colorway just to have it like a kind of formal streetwear shoe. This was very close to it, which is why I added it to the honorable mentions. Maybe in the future, if they never release a black colorway, I'll just buy that Panda colorway and just paint it all black, but who knows. Another honorable mention, Demon Slayer Crocs. I mean, I'm a weeb, so Demon Slayer, one of the best animes to come out so far. I love the art style, I love the story, and the way that they made the Crocs collaboration was just perfect for each and every character. I personally copped the Nezuko's, just didn't make it in time, so you guys will definitely see a review next year. Second to last honorable mention is the Emilion Dor Jordan 5s. Of course, you guys know me. Favorite Air Jordan is the Air Jordan 5, and just how the whole sneaker was made with the little hits of Emilion Dor and luxury and just style was very appealing to me. I kind of got on this sneaker a little bit too late, but I should have known with Teddy Santis and Emilion Dor. It's definitely top tier quality and construction, so which is why I only put it in honorable mention, because I found out about it too late. And last honorable mention is the Air Jordan Spider-Man collaboration that came out along with the limited edition Prowler colorway. I just thought it was really cool. I love Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. I really want to get the first colorway. At least I know that the Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse versions are easier to find, and I think they portrayed the theme a lot better than the first one, because if you look at the first one, it's not too obvious that it's the Spider-Man one, but with this one, with all like the glitches and the colors and stuff, especially with the Prowler colorway, if you were lucky enough to cop it, you definitely know where it's from. Definitely a save the best for last type of honorable mention for the Spider-Mans. And my top pick for favorite sneaker release of 2023 is the Nike Vomero 5. In each and every sneaker review that came out this year, I had to mention it. It was basically my gold standard of any sneaker. All of my New Balances I compared to that sneaker. When it comes to comfort, for style, for just everyday use, I look to compare it to the Nike Vomero 5. It's kind of weird because it's a re-release starting from 2018 and then having a resurgence this year. I guess Nike finally caught wind of a sneaker that's very deserving to be a staple in any sneaker collection. I even got some of my friends and siblings to get on it just because I talked about it so much. So if you haven't yet, do yourself a favor. The least you can do is just walk into a Nike store and try them on. It's not my fault if you walk out with them though. Okay, maybe it is, but you won't regret it. And a little bit of self-promo. It's my best trending sneaker review of 2023. Not only the in-depth review that I released 2 years ago, kind of had a resurgence this year, but also my performance review of the Nike Vomero 5. So if you haven't watched either of them, definitely go check them out after this one. It'll really drive home why hands down this is my favorite sneaker release of 2023. And that is it for this video. What do you all think? Leave a comment down below. I love conversing with you guys there. Follow me on Instagram at @LBPeralta. I'm a bit more personal there. I post stories almost every day, and I post it when I have a new YouTube video out, so it's one way to get notified. Other than, of course, subscribing to the channel, guys. It really does help a lot. And check out the other videos on my channel. As the banner says, I have anything and everything in between on there. That is it for this video. I hope you all enjoy it. Thank you all for watching. Happy New Year, and I'll see you guys when I see you. Bye, guys. Let's go.